folks out there. Two favorite gentlemen back here for Cinephellas. I'm Logan Myers. That's my good mate over there.
And I'm Henry Hill. And tonight we are going to review the brand new Netflix original series. It's a Guy Ritchie creation, of course. We're talking about Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman.
Welcome to the jungle.
Lapsank Su Chunk.
That's right. One of our favorite directors is back doing what he does best, making these great criminal, stories and movies and TV shows. And of course, The Gentleman is, the original film came out in 2019. This is the new TV series, 8 episodes on Netflix, expanding in that universe. Setting up the character of Eddie, played by Theo James. He's like in the army, gets called back to the rich family when his father passes away, and kind of has to take over the business and find out what his dad was up to.
I remember a few years back with the movie that came out from Guy Ritchie, Matthew McConaughey, Colin Farrell, Hugh Grant. I enjoyed that movie. But after watching this series, I feel like they had a chance to give these characters more to do and they felt more fleshed out. And, this creation and this world that they build in this show, feels alive and feels vibrant. And I had a really good time with it. And it starts with the lead here, Theo James as Eddie, the smart son that, is going to run the business, the family business, and make sure the affairs are in order. And then you have the fuck up brother, Freddie, who just wants to blow all the money on cocaine and, do a bunch of bad things and waste the money and get the family into trouble and lose everything eventually. Luckily, you have Eddie there to keep him on a leash. And that's really what happens in the first episode. We have Eddie coming back to the estate. His father has just passed away, leaving this huge empire to him. Unbeknownst to him, weed, marijuana has a lot to do with it. The family was involved in this underground business with this large weed cultivation center. They go underground and you see, thousands of plants, these huge cultivation rooms. And you find out that the family's been working with the Glass family. And that's when you're introduced to Susie Glass, and somebody that's going to be joined with Eddie throughout the series. They work together throughout the whole run of the series, and they have a pretty great dynamic from the get-go.
Yeah, when you're introduced to that character, she's kind of running the organizations. They get introduced as like, hey, I was working with your dad. I'm sorry that he passed away, but we're going to continue doing business here on your estate. And then Eddie's like, oh, I don't know about that. So, once he gets to know her and sees how the business is ran and money they're making, he thinks differently about it. But his brother, of course, Freddie, gets into some trouble, a lot of money, because he's an idiot and gets out of rehab and dealing with coke and a bunch of bad people, as you can guess, in Guy Ritchie, a TV show like this. Gets in some trouble, and of course his brother has to bail him out, make a bunch of money, and then brings him into the world of drugs, weed, and everything else.
Yeah, it was a great premiere episode with where it ends up at the end with Freddie in the chicken suit behind you. Something happens with that shotgun. We won't say what, but it really kicks off the story. And, the underground in England, it's where you want to see Guy Ritchie operate. It's what he's known for, obviously, Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Smoking Barrels, all the movies from back in the day. And you have Vinnie Jones in the background here playing a role, an older role now. We're used to seeing him as the young, hot-headed guy that's beating asses in those films. But, it's 20 some years later and he's, kind of like the keeper of the grounds there and the wise guy. Now that Eddie's father, a lot, both him and Freddie go to him a lot, as do other members of the family, for advice. And, he also still packs a punch and can still fight too, but he has a lot of wisdom. And that was a cool role for him, seeing Vinny all grown up and be the wise old man, try to think about things rather than just go head first with a headbutt into the problems.
I was kind of thrown off by that because so Vinnie Jones snapping out and yelling the whole time, and he was very soft spoken and, as you said, full of wisdom and trying to keep an eye on the boys here and keep them out of trouble. And yeah, I didn't really see him freak out too many times, but he was still great. I loved him. I loved his role in this TV series. And I'd love to see more of him. If they ever do like a spin-off show, that'd be awesome. But yeah, Vinny is a man, really great in this. And of course, the rest of the ensemble, they're introduced to the lady from, was it Nip Tuck? Billy Richardson, yeah, playing the mom. Saw her, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I haven't seen her in a while. But yeah, setting up the family, all different personalities and wealthy and don't really think like, modern people like me and you. But they're really getting some trouble here. And of course, Eddie tries to get them out of it and doing the best he can.
Other actors that we're familiar with, Giancarlo Esposito, he's involved. He's this big wig, trying to get in on the business too, that was left behind by the father there. We love him, obviously, playing Gus from Breaking Bad, coming into this role as this suave, trying to build his own empire up. And in addition to Giancarlo, we have Ray Winstone, come on, another Guy Ritchie favorite, legendary British actor, as Bobby Glass, Susie's dad. And there's some really great scenes between him, Eddie, and Susie, all trying to work together to kind of pick up the pieces from when the father passed and move the business forward and what's going to happen. But, throughout 8 episodes, we get all the hallmarks of the classic, crime drama in Great Britain, all the classic Guy Ritchie tropes. He really, there's an episode with a heist. There's, sharp dialogue throughout, really witty stuff, some great dialogue, relationship building, chances for characters to have fully fleshed arcs like Freddie, he finally gets vindication after all that. Then you have Susie's brother, who is a boxer, who becomes involved in the story too. You have all this gambling and betting, a lot on the line here, this big, huge empire. And it's just funny because I was thinking about it, trying to put myself in Eddie's shoes here. He makes it look so easy with all his decisions, always, thinking 3 steps ahead in life, already thought of what everything's going to come at him and always has the right thing to do. If I was in that position, I'd be like, where the F do I start here? But that's, that's the brilliance of Guy Ritchie. He's showing these stylized characters, always thinking 3 steps ahead, always had the right answer, always are ready for the people that are coming after the family. And that's just what he does best. And man, I really enjoyed this series. I enjoyed it, even more than the movie from a couple years back. Characters all fully fleshed out. I love Freddie. He's just a wild card. Love that actor there. Hadn't really seen him before. I'll be watching out for him. Daniel Ings is his name. Theo James, I thought, did a great job playing this role where he's very subdued, has to be the, cool, calm, collected guy, suave, youthful, and has to, take the family business into the next generation, has to work with all these people that his father used to work with, and then has to deal with all these problems coming his way, people wanting to kill him, from what happens with Freddie in the pilot episode. So, man, a lot going on, but just had a blast with this. It feels, alive, and it's awesome to see Guy Ritchie's universe on the small screen.
This is when he's in his element. This is what I love about Guy Ritchie. Really fast paced, in your face, a lot of energy, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of characters. You're not sure what's going to happen. And this is really an incredible series. 8 hours you get to see of the gentleman instead of, like a movie. Expanded on this, and I really loved it. I was a little worried going into this, watching the trailer. I'm like, how is he going to really flesh this out in 8 episodes? But he really does a great job. It's all due to the cast, what they bring to this, different characters. I like Kaya Scodelario. Is really fantastic actress. I liked her. A few things she was an English actress, and she gets better and better every time I see her, but she was definitely a standout. Great chemistry with Theo James' character, Eddie here, and the rest of the ensemble here was really good. They all brought, their A games to this. It's a series that you fall in love with the stories and the characters, and you can't wait to see what happens, and it's just a bingeable show. Fall in love with this, underworld of England that Guy Ritchie brings, and really fantastic. One of the better shows out of 2024 thus far. I had a great time with it. So that being said, I'm going to give The Gentleman, now streaming on Netflix. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Vinnie Jones hair pieces. Oh,
boy, lad. Yeah, everything that you said, I agree with, man. This is an awesome series to watch on Netflix, so you can binge it, and you'll want to binge it. I finished this in a few days. I didn't want to stop. I just want to watch every episode consecutively, and that's usually a good sign. It's been #1 on Netflix for the past couple of weeks, so I have a feeling this is going to continue on for another season, and I'm really happy for that and excited to see what they do with these characters and where the series goes from here. So with that being said, I'm going to give Guy Ritchie's The Gentleman, now streaming on Netflix, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 Theo James hairpieces.
I want to hear from all you wild rascals out there. What did you like about The Gentleman? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out these wild hooligans on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news and reviews.
So let us know what you wild blokes out there thought of The Gentleman on Netflix. Did you guys enjoy it as much as us? Make sure to let us know in the comment section below. And thank you for following along with us as we are reviewing a lot of new stuff that's coming out lately in March. It's really popping off starting this week, really, with this weekend. We've got Three Body Problem, a series from the creators of Game of Thrones coming on Netflix. We've got Roadhouse coming out. We've got a new Ghostbusters Frozen Empire movie. We got a lot of stuff coming out. It's really feels like the kickoff and an exciting time to be a movie and TV fan here. So we're stoked to do a lot of reviews here, and we're going to keep it coming all month long.
That's right. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel right here. Uncle Kev's got a few videos coming out. Me and this guy are going to be shooting a lot of videos over the next week, as he was saying, a lot of stuff coming out. So we're very excited. And maybe we'll squeeze in a video game review once I finish Spider-Man 2.
So thanks you guys for watching our review of The Gentleman. And until the next Cinephellas TV review, I'm Uncle Henry James.
And I'm Uncle Freddy, signing out until the next TV review. Cheers!
Cheers!